questions.
Today on Toku Secrets, the gang will be reviewing episode 16 of Kamen Rider Ghost. And I'm your host, Rizwan Merchant, aka the Cajun Indian, aka Commander Drake of Anime Secrets, aka the Blue Commander, aka I'm the commander of way too many things, and I'm joined by...
What's up? I'm Nippin' the Star, aka Boken Silver here on Anime Secrets, aka the Silver Knight of Otaku Sentai Digiranger, aka the Chocolate Chaser, aka the Daring Diesel, aka I'm not going to do this anymore, so...
What's going on here?
Well, you were supposed to say I'm also joined by...
You know what? Just go with it.
Okay. My name is Anthony Davis. I'm also known as Green Boy, and I'm also known as the BBW Lover, and etc. etc. And cut back to Ronald.
Alright. It's time. It's time, everybody. Okay? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Ronald Buzzy, aka the Green Terrier, aka R&B, aka the Candy Crusher, aka the Knight in Shining Armor, aka Mr. You Already Knew It, cause you already heard it last episode, aka aka Mr. Superhero in the white tidies, aka
AKA I'm setting you down right now because I was a little too far. Nope.
Tormentor.
You're done. You are
For the
done.
record, I'm the Knight, so I'm the Knight in Shining Armor. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what the license says, sir.
Yeah.
But anyway, this episode of
Ronald,
Ghost...
it doesn't matter what the license you get from your cereal box tells you.
I've
been raised to follow that my entire life.
What? Anyway.
The name of this Ghost episode that we're reviewing today is called Perfect, the White Kamen Rider. So I guess you probably don't know what this episode is about.
Wait. Let me guess. Could it be that aliens come from another world and try to enslave Earth, and they bring the bros with them, and the bros are like, no, bro, I'm not gonna attack the bros on Earth because they are bros.
I see where you're going with this.
You know, they're our bros. We can't attack them.
Yeah.
And I mean, is that where we're going with this? Is that what this episode's about?
Sort of. Not really, but...
Dude, what?
But aliens from another dimension. I mean, okay, that's sort of it, but, I mean, it's kind of... I'm not even... You know what, I don't even know how to explain this.
And in all actuality, today's episode is the debut of Kamen Rider Necrom. And
thank God they did episode 16, because this is the usual time we actually get a new rider. In fact, if we're supposed to go by normal Kamen Rider standards, the secondary rider should be debuting by this point. But
imagine if Spectre was introduced this late.
Dude, I couldn't imagine what they'd be doing then for the last 15 episodes.
Yeah.
It'd be basically a monster of the week kind of thing at that point, and that would not be cool.
Yeah.
So.
What were we gonna say, Riz?
I was gonna start talking about the episode.
And just one other thing I gotta say regarding Necrom. I mean, I am glad though that we get a third rider because, I don't know, they did this in Drive, and they've been. I mean, they kind of did it in Wizard, but actually no, they had 5 riders almost. But yeah, I like how they add at least they've been adding at least one extra rider in Kamen Rider seasons recently because I don't know. I mean, I've always liked the idea of having more than just that the main rider and the secondary rider, so it's only just those 2 riders. I mean, having at least one other rider is pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah, I like having a trio rather than a duo.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Sentai can do that, so why can't Kamen Rider?
Because it's Super Sentai. You don't do what Super Sentai does if you're Kamen Rider.
Yeah, but a trio. Okay, you know what? I'm not into this. But yeah, we're actually just gonna summarize the episode and then discuss it this time. So you
All right.
wanted to do the discussion, Miss? Okay. Yeah.
So the basic gist here is Alan is a prince in the Ganma world, and his older brother Adil notices that Alan's finally starting to get real serious about going to the human world, trying to take over, do all the stuff that their family wants to do. So to help him out, Adele gifts to Alan the Necrom icon and the Sainzer that goes with it. What is it called? The Sainzer?
Mega loader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. He gives it to him and tells him to go wreak more havoc. And Alan's like, "Aw, yeah, shit's about to get real."
Yeah.
So, yeah. Meanwhile, the gang is back at the lab trying to figure out what to do with, what's going on, and figure out the Ganmas and figure out what they're doing and all that. And Makado's acting like really sifty. He's like telling him like, "Yo, I might have to go back to the Ganma world and take care of some stuff. Can you take care of Kamen?" And Tucker's like, "I'm gonna go with you, dude." But
Yeah.
before
Makoto's been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, I feel like he talks
Actually.
to this a lot more than he acts on it, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a new viral video going around, and while they're talking, we find out that the video is basically Ganma icons floating around, and when they go investigate these icons floating around, they come into fight with like a bunch of different foot soldiers from the Ganma world. I forget what they're called. But yeah,
I think it's called Gamma. The Gamma soldiers, I think.
Yeah, they're just regular gun.
there's the regular Ganma.
Ganma.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're fighting, and while the fight's going on between Ghost, Spectre, and Ganma, a new rider appears and starts, for lack of a better word, just kicking ass. And obviously there's going to be Necrom, and I'm just going to spoil it right now because I don't really go into the entire like suspense kind of thing. But it's Alan. Alan is Necrom, and Alan is kicking some serious ass. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
Yeah, like Necron is really overpowered in this.
It really is.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Spectre and Ghost have like no chance whatsoever. It's like
He even
destruction and death.
even shows off this ability that he can actually like control the Ganma soldiers, like through mind control. Or well, we're not sure if it's actually mind control, but basically he can make them his puppets.
Yeah.
So, but that's only one of his abilities, as we'll see later.
So, one of Alan's goals during this episode is to sway Mikado back to the Ganma way of thinking. He basically wants to get Mikado back on their side and make him stop fighting for Takaru and the good guys, you know? So, I thought that was kind of cool that he's trying to do that because Mikado was evil for like, what, 14 years or something?
Yeah.
Well, not evil, but like under their influence. And
Like anti-hero.
Well, we don't even know that.
well, I'm assuming it, given he lived in the Gamma world for that long.
Yeah, but he might not have been under their influence. He might have just been trying to fight his way out.
Do you think he was trying to fight his way out the entire time? Because I think that at some point in 14, however many years it was.
Well, I mean, now we kind of know more, but that would be spoiling.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, Mikado and him have like this huge disagreement, and Mikado's like, "I'm not going to come back to y'all," and he's like, "Oh yes, you will." Spoilers, it'll happen sooner or later.
He drops this thing about how he mentions I chose, or like he was like, our deal's off. I want to stay as a human. So interesting stuff.
Very interesting stuff.
Meanwhile, like just as the episode progresses, they have a couple of skirmishes with the Ganma throughout, and every time they do, Necrom is there. And it seems like Necrom picked up the Grim and Sanzo icons, which Takaru recalls last seeing them with Zabel, Zavert, whatever we're calling that dude. The guy with the really cool mustache. That dude has a great mustache.
Very.
Yeah.
And again, like during the fight, Necrom just really whips Takaru and Mikado around like nobody's business, like not even a big deal. And once again, they're just, like outnumbered, out battled, everything is just bad. And yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have to pretty much abandon the place and.
Oh yeah, and there's another thing that happens. For I think like I don't know how long he had them, but like he actually has the last two icons.
You mean Grim and
Oh, that's what he just said.
mentioned?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way to go, Anthony. I already mentioned that.
Bruh.
Oh, my bad.
Bruh, you gotta pay attention, man.
Sorry.
See off, on Facebook while we're reviewing stuff.
Okay, I was looking on Facebook for 1 second.
Okay, fine, you're on Tumblr.
He's on Pornhub.
Hey,
Shut
we're
up,
not going
Tom.
there, dude.
Nope.
Anyway.
Stop that.
So the guys are trying to figure out what to do next, and they just have no idea what to do. Like, they just keep hoping for a solution and nothing comes out. One thing to kind of notice here is that the Robin Hood icon is peering out from Takaru's clothing, like how Masashi did in the last episode. So that's a clear indicator that this episode will be connecting to Robin Hood.
Yeah.
While they're trying to find a plan, Onari figures out that Mikado and Alan are actually friends, and they're talking out on the beats. And Takaru is back at the lab, keep on saying that there has to be a way to avoid fighting Alan, given Alan and Mikado are friends, and therefore,
or at least were friends.
That they were friends, and they should be able to understand each other on some level, and they could become friends too. And everyone's like, "It's Alan, it's Necrom. He don't want to be your friend. He don't want anything to do with you. He's on secret
He's your
icons."
friend, guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not worth saving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, in this final bit, Mikado and Alan begin fighting again, and the battle gets really intense. Like, this is a great battle, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically is Takaru arrives midway through the battle and joins the fight. And like the last two times, just outnumbered, outgunned, everything's just bad. Alan actually gets them to the point where they're dehinsed again, but instead of finishing them off, Alan's Necrom suit depowers, like it dehensions on its own as well. Which,
well, he didn't dehension yet, but it just depowers.
Yeah.
Like all the green parts go black.
Well, I mean,
it's kind of like he's got like a battery where he loses all his charge.
Yeah. To me, it just seems like Necrom's more modern than the other writers we see in the series.
Yeah, because actually, what's happened is that didn't they show how he gets his do they show how he recharges his rider powers with that?
Wait, what?
I don't know. I was wondering if they showed that or not, like how he recharges his powers and stuff when he gets like that.
Oh, he just freaking absorbs some Ganma. Grunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does do that.
Yeah, so no problem.
I wonder how that's gonna affect. We'll talk about this offline. But anyway, at the end of the battle, Mikado's heavily injured and can't move too well. Takaru somehow despite taking the same kind of licking that Mikado did, still fine. Like, he's not.
Well, he is a ghost.
I mean, but still, you'd imagine. I don't know. I just feel like there would be more to it than that. You know, like I feel like the Ganma could actually inflict pain on like a rider. You know, even if he's dead.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that was something established in the first episode. Yeah, he won't die, but he'll still get hurt.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like he can get hurt, but the fact that he took the same heavy fighting and like the same damage that Mikado did, and can still walk around, but Mikado's like bedridden for the most part. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Gramps is a dick.
Yes, he is.
Gramps is never there anymore. He's like out. I don't know, in Jamaica or something like that.
Right. I was celebrating 420.
Yeah, there you go. So, Tucker is at the end of the episode trying to figure out why Alan thinks lives and human bodies are worthless, and that if Alan is really Mikado's friend, then he's not all bad, just misguided or something. And the Robin Hood icon sucks him in like Homosaci did in the last episode. And he says that he really respects that Tucker is trying to understand the enemy, and that shows that Tucker has a good heart. And Tucker's like, if I could just understand Alan, we can become friends and put this all behind us without any more bloodshed. And Robin Hood's like, I will help you in your quest, and we will join our souls together and become awesome.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit more. I want to talk a little bit more about Necrom now, because there's a lot of things about him that just kind of he's different than the other two writers. Ronald, you want to go for it?
That boy is broken.
Uh-huh.
Not only can this man just suck up some Ganma grunts to recharge, but even when freaking Takeru tried a rider kick on him, then all Necrom had to do was just throw away his icon at some other random grunt, and all of a sudden he possesses that one's body or something, and he can revive himself. And what's interesting is, like, that was when he brought up the thing about how individual bodies are meaningless, and so that I liked how that actually matched what he was saying. And that was interesting, and it really brings up a question on how the Ganma view individuality, and like they don't value having an actual physical body, so there's something about them that makes it interesting.
Very.
Yeah.
But yeah,
also,
so,
okay.
no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do it.
And I'm also gonna say, like, regarding Necrom, like, I really like how his henshin device, because unlike most writers, he actually uses a brace as his henshin device. For the record, yeah, that's
he's a Power Ranger.
Yeah, using a braces to henshin, like, that's not common in Kamen Rider, but I really like how it's like an eye drop kind of thing, like, you know, something that you like drop like eye drops and stuff. I think that's really clever.
It's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as
it's bulky though.
It looks like scientific is like one of those like because you have to, like, you know, open it up and then like turn it, and then you have to put the icon in the middle and then press a button on the top for that fade. I'm just like, wow, that's pretty intricate. I'm pretty sure if I ever get this henshin device, I'll probably figure it out like right then and there.
Mm-hmm. And his design looks pretty cool too. Like, I mean, it's nice that we finally have a design. I mean, like, I love both Ghost and Spectre's design, but it's cool that we get something that looks different.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish he had 3 horns instead of just one again, like Ghost, but still. But that's just mine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That would have been cool.
So one thing I'm really loving about Kamen Rider Ghost so far, and this is really highlighted well in this episode, along with the other ones that precede it. Um, like I said before, I'm not really big on the Kamen Rider franchise just yet. It's the only one I'm really following. Yeah, Nathan, I'll get on the other ones later. Don't worry.
Okay.
But in a lot of animes, like where you have like things like this going on, there's a lot of side characters that you don't really ever see. Like they're there and they have like a purpose they serve, but they're not like really fleshed out. They're not really essential. But I think like in this case, a lot of characters are like really useful in this thing. Like Onari, Akari, even Narita and Shibuya have a purpose in the series. You know, like they all have like their role to play, and you actually like them all. Which isn't like really like, yeah, you can like a character in a TV show and not really know him, but I feel like you're starting to get to know these characters as more than the eccentric crazy bald monk or the genius girl or the two temple monks that are just there to help. You know, like they're all defined themselves.
They have layers.
Yeah. And to me, that's pretty important, and that's really awesome that they're doing that.
Agreed. Like for instance, I feel that like Akari, like at first she was like the scientific girl that didn't really believe in like all this ghost stuff. As the series progressed, she still is somewhat in denial, but at the same time she still tries to like find new ways of like defeating these things.
Yeah. And like we'll see later on Akari's like level of understanding, and like she's an amazing character just in her own right.
She's really useful.
Yeah. More so than I imagined in the first episode. Like, first episode, I was like, okay, Onari and Akari are the most worthless things in the world. They won't amount to anything. And yet, here they are, like, just, like, really helping out. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Not really much else. No, what were you going to say?
Like, another thing is, like, even the main character, like, Takaru, like, okay, even in the Sentai, like, you have, like, these Reds that are, like, they have, like, one trait to them. For example, King in the Kirizer series, he was just King. Like, he was just this badass, perfect fighter, like, there's nothing he could do wrong. And as much as I hate to say it, Marvelous is the same way. Like, as much as I love Marvelous, he just was this amazingly badass guy with, like, no faults or anything. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you got people like Wright from Toku, and you got whatever the guy's name in Ninja was that I can never stand again. Like, he's just lost all respect for my book. What?
Takaharu.
The fact you remember that name hurts me.
We don't speak that name. Too. We don't speak that name.
That hurts my soul. I don't know if you can understand.
That name's forbidden.
Those two are just really hot-headed, like, really go with the flow.
Dumb.
Like, they're dumb. They're stupid. But here you got Takaru, who he has a mix of it all. Like, on one hand, he's kind of stupid, right? Like, he thinks.
I wouldn't say really stupid, but optimistic and.
Right.
Yeah.
He has that same kind of optimism and like thinking that he can fix things with like his own will.
And plus, he's young.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the youngest Kamen Riders.
Right. So, I mean, on the one hand, he's like that. On the other hand, he's a lot like... I mean, he's not King and Marvelous in the sense of, like, badassery, but he's definitely got the personality traits to be like that if he ever chose to. So, he's really well balanced, I feel, and establishing his character in a way that he wants to avoid conflict while being willing to do what he has to fight the people he loves is pretty strong. I'm done ranting.
That wasn't a rant.
Ronald, you don't want me to rant to you.
Of course I don't.
Really, next week at Akon, dude. You got no choice in that matter.
I'm going to bed.
By the way, to our subs out there, Ronald and I will be meeting for the third time this coming weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after at Akon in Dallas, Texas.
HitCon 2016. It's going down. Go on, meet your boy.
Go meet your boys, not just one.
Yeah, your boy. Rizwan can wait.
I'll just run you over.
And you'll be seeing most of the rest of us sometime later on, like that month afterwards in MechCon.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're definitely doing some conventions coming up as a group, and it'll be great.
Yes. And please, no autographs.
Oh, I'll give you autographs.
Just money. Just money.
Anything to make our subs happy.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Kamen Rider a lot, like Ghost a lot. It's really turning out into a really good series.
Yeah, Necrom is definitely adding more to the greatness of the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I got. I mean, y'all got anything to add on?
Yeah, I'm good.
Nope, I'm good too.
We're good.
Alright. Well, on that note, we are Toku Secrets. We're a podcast run by AnimeSecrets.org. You can find Anime Secrets on Facebook at Anime Secrets, Twitter, Anime Secrets, Instagram, Anime Secrets PR, YouTube, Anime Secrets TV, and of course you can find all of us on our respective Twitters, Tumblrs, Facebooks, whatever you want. So definitely keep in touch, check us out, we'll have a lot more reviews coming out. We might switch gears for a little bit and start doing some Zyuohger stuff. Because I just started watching Zyuohger this morning, and oh my god, I have some serious ranting to do on that stuff. It's amazing. So stay tuned for that.
Why do you keep calling positive stuff a rant? That's not a rant.
I can have a positive rant.
But then it's not a rant. A rant, by definition, is it's something negative. A rant, by definition, is for something bad.
We're pretty much done here, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just googled it. Rant. Speaker shout at length in a wild, impassioned way. I am passionate about this.
Okay, I guess.
So you go back in your little hole in Dallas and
Alright, nerd. You wanna just
Alright, we're done here. Goodbye, people.
Yeah. Oyasumi.
Hey, you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. You can also check out Anime Secrets on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. Do you want more than that? I know you do. Then go to our website where you can see daily updates and articles and exclusive interviews.